Joining me on the faction are two members of the band that are distancing themselves from any artist from any genre in 2020. We've been given pieces of this upcoming EP in the form of Ludens, Obey, Parasite Eve, and recently Teardrops. Finally, the EP is here. This thing is an apocalypse in audio form to talk about post-human survival horror from Bring Me the Horizon, guitarist Lee, and keyboardist Jordan. Gentlemen, thank you for chatting to the faction.
You're welcome, mate.
No
How
worries.
are you?
I'll begin with you, Jordan. I don't feel like keyboardist accurately depicts your role in this band anymore. And as you lean back, I see you've got a Wicked Corn t-shirt on. No, don't you dare. It's not a time to be humble.
Tell me what I am. I'm a keyboardist.
The guitar.
Have you spent some time in the producer's chair and behind a mixing desk for this one?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really a keyboardist, to be fair. I can't play keyboard, so I do play it very basic live. But yeah, I'm more of a computer guy, programmer, or a general musician and blagger. So yeah, it's sort of like filling in the gaps and yeah, I mean, I can write music on whatever instrument. It's a bit of everything really, but yeah, it's mostly synths, I guess, and yeah, and then working on the tunes.
Lee, a question for you. I don't know how you've done it, but somehow you've created what sounds like to me, it's a break-in transmission sound in your guitar, especially in Parasite Eve. How did you make these?
What do you mean, the actual tone?
The tone and the sound, these aren't conventional riffs. To me, they sound like, stay with me here, aliens landing, and this is the transmission that we are getting over the radio. They don't sound like conventional riffs.
I think it might be a little bit of a Mickey G combined.
It's almost unnerving to listen to, but it's so heavy and so raw. And I'm just wondering, was there anything you did differently when recording for this EP?
Yeah, I mean, everything's different recording-wise. But like, I think it's the way it's been wrote, because it's been wrote like over internet kind of thing. So like, a lot of the ideas are based off like synth, heavy synth riffs, if you know what I mean, which already sound a bit more alien to start with and stuff. So I think it's because they come from there. So yeah, I think it's just a different way of writing, and it makes it like, it's maybe because like when Jordan writes something on a synth, he's not thinking about it as writing on a guitar, but he's thinking for a guitar or something like that. So it comes out very interesting on a guitar from being programmed, if you know what I mean.
Like when we've got the back and forth, Lee will play something and be like, that doesn't really make sense, but then his interpretation will make it, take it off in a different sound or whatever. So yeah, I think we get interesting stuff that way, definitely. And also having Mick Gordon on the record.
Yeah.
He's an Australian legend. He's got a very distinct synth sound, and it's quite guitar-like, isn't it? It's quite like,
yeah,
it blends really well with the guitars, so it's kind of sat together. So a lot of the time, the guitars are backed by synth, not throughout the whole thing, but it does create an unusual kind of. I think that might be that kind of broken transistor type, buzzy.
That's it. That's the word. Maybe that's the word I was looking for. It's uncomfortable, but it fits, and it creates this undertone throughout the songs you've released. And for me, it's a post-apocalyptic undertone. It's this state of panic that, as a team, you've all created. Is there any other theme in this EP that we should know about before listening to it?
I mean, it's pretty much what you said. I mean, it's a kind of a reflection of everything that's gone on this year, and it touches on a bunch of things. The last track is kind of like meant to appear like a love song, but it's more of a kind of a track about the end of the world and the man on one side and kind of Mother Earth on the other, and having a dialogue about how we basically fucked up the planet.
Lee, a question for you. Do you think that 2020 has shown the best or the worst in humanity?
I think both.
Yeah.
Both, yeah.
Yeah, because like you definitely see some of the worst stuff coming out of people, but then I mean, even like now in England, the like government voted not to feed like kids whose families can't afford food and stuff while they're not at school, and like the communities are like feeding them and stuff. So you definitely see some positives have come from it. Like communities have started being a bit more there for each other again, but then there's a lot of shit as well.
Jordan, your thoughts?
I agree. Definitely in these situations, you normally see both extremes, don't you? You see them like the huge corruption at the top and you see heartless people who don't give a shit about everyone. And then you see people usually lower down the economic spectrum helping each other out and not letting people fall off the bottom of society or whatever. So yeah, it's a mixture, and it's just an unusual time, and you're seeing a lot of people acting weird or frustrated, or a lot of tension in the air, isn't there? Which generally does cause people to boil over in some way, whether it's positive or negative.
I'm telling you, you have captured this in music. Your band and your band alone has captured that feeling of unrest and panic in music. And you've done that with this EP. Before I let you go, boys, can I get a message from both of you, whether it's to your fans or to the greater public, whether it's a message for 2021, any plans that we should be continuing to monitor? It'd be great to hear something from you.
I mean, I guess as soon as possible, we're gonna try and get over there playing shows. So it's like just hold on till we can till it's allowed, and we will do, because like I guess that's all we want to do now. We've released music, is go and like celebrate it. So like that's all.
The good thing is, as it stands right now, we do have a festival booked for Australia, so that's some good news.
How much more can you say about that?
Nothing.
I thought it was worth a try. Before I let you go, Jordan, you've got a Korn t-shirt on. It's the Issues album. Do you remember the debut for that album? It was on
I've never heard. I just thought it was a cool t-shirt. I've never heard of them.
Gentlemen, thank you for speaking to the faction, and thank you for releasing this music in what has been a difficult time. You've captured it, and I think it's going to be the strongest thing to come out in 2020, and it's going to be, for me, it's going to be the #1 thing that will represent 2020 in decades from now. So thank you for that, and thank you for chatting to the faction.
Cheers, Nashy. Good to see you again.
Thanks again, gentlemen. Rock on. Enjoy the rest of it. Hope to see you soon.